Hi, I'm Sharon, and this is Knit Style. Hi everybody, and welcome to episode 138 of Knit Style. It is Sunday, January 29th, 2017, and I'd like to welcome you to the show. So, a little housekeeping before I start. I wanted to talk to you about the recording schedule with Rich. And Rich and I talked about it, and we think that it would be best if Rich came on once a month. So, I think we were going to make it the first week of the month, which would be next week. So, we'll see how that goes. But I'm going to have him on once a month. Having him on every week, I think, is just not doable because, you know, he's a busy guy. Plus, you guys want to see what I'm knitting, really. I mean, you guys tune in for a lot of knitting talk, and I think he'd be bored just sitting there listening to my stuff. So this is basically, as you know, a knitting show, and I hope to inspire you with some knitting and knitting styles, hence the title of the show, Knit Style. So anyway, let's get on with it. I don't really have a lot today, which is fine. It'll be nice and short, maybe, because I always say it's going to be short and it's not. But first, let me talk about what I am wearing. So I am wearing a shawl that I knit. I want to say I knit this 3 years ago. And this is actually a hand-spun yarn. And these were batlings by Hobbledehoy. And I spun them on a spindle and plied them on a wheel. And I did 2 plies. I plied from the inside and outside of each turtle from my Turkish spindle. And I kept the colors clean. You know, each color is separate. And I knit this shawl called Miss Winkle, and I just made mini skeins and knit the shawl out of mini skeins. So you can see the back. That's where I joined. The back isn't as pretty as the front, for sure. But I love this shawl very much. I wear it a lot, and I just love this shape, this elongated triangle. It's really more like a scarf than a shawl, and it's my favorite shape, basically. And if I do any designing this year, this is the shape I'm going to design. I'm thinking of designing something to go into a kit, possibly, with my hand-dyed yarn. So that's why I took the course from Susan B. Anderson at Vogue Knitting Live. So I didn't really talk a lot. Let's segue into that. I didn't really talk about the courses I took, the classes I took at Vogue Knitting Live. And let's do that here. So the first class I took was Susan B. Anderson's shawl class, Design Your Own Shawl, and it was an excellent class. Susan is delightful and wonderful, and she gave us this giant handout full of templates for all different kinds of shawls, anything you could ever imagine. And this is my favorite. It's the elongated triangle, and she gave us the template for that. Obviously, you can modify each one to suit your needs, and I'm going to be modifying this template. I have an idea, so we'll see how it goes. I talked to her about it, and she seemed to think that it would work pretty well. So I'd like to add in some simple lace, and we'll see how that pattern goes. It's going to be a while, though. I'm thinking over the summer, because right now I don't really have a lot of time for designing, because designing makes your head hurt. It's a lot of math and a lot of thinking and figuring and writing down and things like that. But sounds interesting to me. Not that I'm ever going to become a designer. I just want to write up some patterns to use with the yarn I sell, basically. All right, so the next class I took, I think I mentioned a little bit about it, but that was Romy Hill's lace surgery class, and that was an awesome class, and we had to bring swatches, and we basically ripped them out. We pinned them on a blocking board, and it was genius because you knew each row, which pin was pinned out for each row, which was amazing. So I loved that class, and I learned a lot. And the third class I took was a dyeing class with Felicia Lowe, and that was an excellent class. A lot of math forward, which I'm not afraid of at all. And I just need to sit down with my calculator and my brain and figure it all out. And I showed you the mini skeins last week that we dyed. So we dyed gradients. And this is a little repetitive. I think I did talk about this last week, but we dyed a gradient. Each group had a skein to dye, or several mini skeins to dye, and then we split them all up at the end, and we got this gradient. And she gave us the math formulas on how to do this with dye, and I think I'm going to do that with some mini skeins this summer for each one of the dyes that I use, and I will be able to see what colors that the dyes produce, which I think will be invaluable when I want to plan colorways. So that's super fun. We also dyed full skeins, and this is one of them. I'm using it in my crochet blanket, and it came out pastel with a bunch of different colors, pinks, teal, orange, all, rainbowy colors. And that was really fun. And basically I was in a group of 3, and we all had to decide what colors we were going to use. So I kind of let them pick the colors since I dye all the time, and this is what came out. So we also dyed a skein with resists, where you twist the skein into a skein and then dye it that way, then untwist it, dye it again, over dye it again with another color. We did that, and we came out with a beautiful, like, hydrangea purplish pink color, and that came out. That was really fun to do. So that's also going in my crochet blanket. Maybe I'll show it to you next week because I don't have it up here with me. So those were the classes that I took, and that was super fun. I really enjoyed that very much. Works in progress. So speaking of Vogue Knitting Live, on my way home while I was at Vogue Knitting Live, I started the Find Your Fade shawl. So that was 2 weeks ago. Let me show you the progress that I've made in 2 weeks. And it's pretty good because this shawl has a lot of yardage, over 1,000 yards. I started with this gold color. Then I moved to this yellow gray color. Then to this greenish gray. And now I'm on the 4th color. I am more than halfway complete with the shawl. And I am on this gorgeous color from Wool and Vine Yarns in the Fig Bash colorway. And this is the Volca base. And I love it. I just love this color. It just has so much depth to it, so many different colors that are so beautiful together, and these little pops of pink I absolutely love. Super fun. So I'm going to have about 37 grams left. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this skein, this green gray, and this gold, and I'll knit one of those asymmetrical triangle shawls out of those 3 colors because I want to use them all up because they're all very beautiful. I just started on color number 5. Color number 5 is a Plucky Knitter. Sure, it's like a pink neutral, where I'm very obsessed with Plucky's neutrals. When I go on their website, when they have a sale, they're having a sale tonight. When I see their colors, I'm drawn to their neutral colors or their scummy colors, like this color is kind of like a you know, scummy, dull color. And I'm really drawn to those colors. So tonight, I think they're having a mystery scum color, which I think I'm going to jump on that. I'm going to get the mystery color. And I'm sure I'll like it because I like all those, you know, mustardy greens and all that. I love those colors. So this is just a neutral pinkish tan. And that's going to be my next color. So I think it goes great with the Fig Bash, because the Fig Bash has those little pops of bright pink. And yeah, that will lead me into the next color. This is the pink, and then the next color is another Wool and Vine Yarns in the Volca base in the I Am No Bird colorway, which is gorgeous. I have 2 skeins of it, so whatever is left over here, I'm going to use with the other skein and another shawl. And then last will be this yarn I got at Rhinebeck. The tag, I don't know why, a tag got lost. But beautiful together. So the shawl's coming together very nicely. I'm really excited about it. And that's pretty much what I've been working on all week. I just want to get this finished. Actually, when I finish this, I'm going to finish my poor Romy Hill shawl that's been on the needles for over a month. I don't usually like to do that, but I got distracted by other things. So, the only other knitting project I've been working on this week is my socks by Susan B. Anderson. The pattern is Susan B. Anderson and the Smooth Operator pattern. And this is the short version that I'm using because I really don't need the long version. The techniques that she outlines, I know already, so the short version's fine for me. But so I'm using that pattern, and I've started to pick out the waist yarn for the heel, and I started this in the car the other day, and you know, I put the needles in and then I'm picking out the waist yarn. And what's nice is, what's genius about her pattern is she leaves another row in between the 2 rows that are held on the waist yarn, so it's a little bit thicker and easier to see. Genius. So yeah, so I like that. And yeah, it's going really well. The reason I'm knitting on these socks is because I have delusions of grandeur. Or not really grandeur. I have delusions of finishing them by Valentine's Day. For Rich, because last week he was really looking for a pair of socks to be knit for him because he loves his socks and he's wearing them all the time. So I'd love to finish these for him for Valentine's Day. But Valentine's Day is, what, 2 weeks? Not gonna happen. But I can get at least some of it, you know, at least one sock done. And maybe have them for him by the end of February before the cold season goes away. So what's cool about this too is when you put the heel in, you put the heel in while you're still knitting the sock, so you can get a good fit for the foot. So, and it's kind of nice because I'm kind of in the middle of the heel, taking the heel out, and I still wanted to knit on the sock the other night when we went out, and I can because I have 2 sets of needles here. I left the original needles in. Except, don't try and do this in the dark. No, don't try that. Because what happened was, we went out the other night, and I like knitting socks in the dark in the car because I don't have to look at them. And so I'm in the car trying to knit on these, and what I did was I knit around with the heel needles, okay, that I have on here, and then I tried to knit some more and I couldn't see it. Go to the restaurant, bring it in, and I had a tangly mess. I didn't even know what I did. I'm like, where's the other needle? Where are the needles? I should have, I think I might have taken a picture of it. If I did, I'll put it in here. It was crazy. It was nuts. What had happened was I knit a whole round with this second needle, and this needle was in my bag, the first needle. So this needle was free off of the work. That's why I couldn't find the other needle. I'm like, where is it? It was crazy. So, yeah, a word of caution. But slowly but surely, maybe I'll have them done by June. I don't know. It's bad. I'm not a sock knitter. I wouldn't call myself... No, I shouldn't say that. I am a knitter who knits socks. I am not a sock knitter because there are people out there who knit socks like there's no tomorrow, like the yarn hoarder. Oh my gosh, she knits so many socks in a year. Not me. Mina Phillip, she can knit a sock in a day. No. And I think why I don't knit on them very much is because they do hurt my hands after a while. I was going to spend a month just knitting only socks, and it didn't happen because it hurts my hands. So, yeah, that's why I'm a knitter who knits socks. So, last year, I actually only got 10 pairs done, and I really pushed myself. So that's okay. It's not a big deal. I have plenty of time to knit socks. So I like them for just, like I said, when I'm in the dark, when I'm in the movies, when I'm in the car a lot, I just take a pair of socks because it's easy. You know, just easy in the round. I can look out the window and talk to Rich and not have to worry about what I'm doing. I don't have to look at my work. So okay, so the only other thing I worked on this week was my crochet blanket. And I actually kind of put it down in favor of socks, but now I want to pick it back up again because it's super fun to knit. It's super fun to work on. So here it is. I love it so very much. It's just a throw size. I don't remember how long it is. 40 some odd inches, I guess. I don't know. I think so. I think it's like 42. And then I'm going to knit it probably up to here on me. So, I don't know, that's what, 55, 56 inches? I don't know. So we'll see. I'll see I'll stop when it looks done. When it looks long enough. But I'm using all pastels and bright colors. And they're beautiful, the colors. Some of them I hand dyed myself. I hand dyed this one because I wanted a neutral gray. And I'll probably hand dye a neutral gray for the border, because I'm kind of interspersing a lot of it with gray so it's not so bright, and I love it. I love, like every other row I'm putting in like a grayish skein or grayish row, so pretty cool. I like it. So that's it for what I've been working on. I've been knitting a lot. I've been knitting mostly on that Find Your Fade because it's super fun. Although, let me talk a little bit about the lace in the Find Your Fade. Sorry for jumping around, but in each color there's what the designer calls lace play. And it's easy lace. Easy lace. And I'm a lace knitter. I can follow lace charts, not a problem. Beading lace, I can rip it out. This lace is kind of kicking my butt. And I think it's because you do a double yarn over, and on the return row, you have to be really careful to just knit into that yarn over once and not knit into it twice or drop it or whatever. It's more in the execution of the lace. The lace is easy, it's just the execution of it can be tricky, and it's easy to make a mistake. So I know a lot of podcasters who are knitting this shawl are kind of letting the lace, if they have extra stitches or whatever, they make adjustments, and I don't roll that way. So the lace is taking me a little bit longer because I want to make sure it's right. And yeah, so just be aware if you're going to start the project. The lace, while not tricky to do, you just have to pay attention to it, basically. Let's talk about what I bought this week. So I didn't actually buy it this week, and there's a story behind this. So I have a package here from Blue Moon Fiber Arts, and I no longer buy their sock yarn because it doesn't have any nylon in it, and that just does not work for me. I get holes in the socks. And I'm not really wild about it for shawls either because it has such a high twist, and it's just a little bit too thick for me for shawls. Their fingering weight is bordering on a sport. So it's great yarn. I love their sock yarn. It's lovely. I just don't have a purpose to knit with it. But I do love their other bases. So I'm going to be knitting a giant shawl to wear to my retirement party. My retirement party should be in June, toward the end of June. And I just want, I don't know, I have it in my head that I want to knit this shawl to wear. So my favorite lace weight base is by Blue Moon Fiber Arts. And I placed an order January 5th. And I placed the order, and I knew it was going to take a while because they dye everything to order. And I waited and didn't think much about it. And 2 weeks after I ordered it, I thought, wow, I should have gotten a shipping notification. So I went on the website, signed in, and looked at my order. And for some reason, I had ordered the wrong colorway. So I think it happened because I originally was going to order this one colorway, which is like a blue-gray. And then I changed my mind. I just wanted gray, a silver gray. And I guess I never took it out of my cart, and I don't know what happened. But anyway, I had this blue-gray on order, and I flipped out. I was like, oh my God, I ordered the wrong yarn. So I sent them an email. They got back to me right away, and they said, no problem, we'll switch it to the color you want. So I would hate to send it back. That stinks. I don't think they'd even dyed it yet. And I would have felt bad if they had dyed it. So I ordered 2 skeins of their lace weight, and I'll tell you about the base in a minute, in a gray, a silvery gray called Winter Solstice. And I opened it up already and looked at it because I couldn't wait. So it's probably going to look white here because I have the lights up pretty bright. But the name of the, yeah, it looks white. Okay, I turned down the ISO on my camera so you can, oh yeah, that's definitely a much truer color. Alright, so this is Blue Moon Fiber Arts Marine Silk Lace in the lace weight. They have it in a fingering, and they also have it in, I'm not sure if they have it in a sport. Anyway, I love this yarn. I knit my Voyage out of this yarn, and I also knit another shawl that I gave away out of this yarn, and I'm in love with it. This is a beautiful silvery gray. I probably would have liked it if it was just a tad darker, but it's fine. It's gonna make just the most beautiful shawl. And I'm thinking I'd like to put black beads in it. We'll see. I'll have to look at my bead stash and see if I have any that are black or dark for the contrast. I mean, I have silver beads. That's not a problem. Okay, so I'm sitting here trying to think of the shawl, the name of the shawl that I'm knitting, and I can't think of it right now. I'm going to put a picture of the shawl in the show, and I will put the information down below. But it's a pie shawl by Susan Pandorf. A lot of people have knit it. It's Lord of the Rings themed, and you're all screaming the name of it if you know at me. But I'm going to be knitting that shawl out of this gorgeous silvery gray. So I'm super excited about that. And I'll probably start it shortly after I finish Find Your Fade. And it's just going to be something I'm going to work on a little bit every day from now till June, because I don't want it to consume me. You know, I don't want it to be the only project I work on from now till June, because there's some other things I want to work on. So, yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm very excited about this. And this is the softest yarn ever. It's beautiful. So, it's going to be gorgeous. And it will go with everything in my wardrobe. Everything. And I'm always looking for just a different dressy shawl rather than black. So this will fit the bill. Okay. So I bought something that I just showed you in the mail, and I also received a gift. And this gift is from Kate. This gift is from Katie. Hi, Katie. And Katie lives in Australia. And she messaged me on Ravelry, and she asked me if I would like some lace weight yarn, which was dyed in Australia, because she noticed that I'm a lace knitter and I love lace weight yarn. And of course I said, yes, I would love some, because it's all about lace right now. I just want to be knitting with lace weight. So I got the package. I haven't opened it up yet. I mean, I cut it open, but I haven't looked at what's inside. There's 2 skeins of lace weight in here. And I'm thinking maybe I have Boone Knits, one of her ebook patterns, and some of them just take 1 skein of lace weight. So I think I'm going to use that. These 2 skeins for those patterns. But anyway, here we go. Oh my gosh. These are beautiful. This one. This reminds me of Vogue Knitting Yarn's Jilted Rose, the color. This is my color, you guys. Look how pretty. I love this rose color. It's beautiful. So it's Atelier Aquarelle lace, 80% merino, 20% silk, my favorite. 875 yards. It's a blush, one-of-a-kind colorway, and it's hand-dyed in Sydney, Australia. Just beautiful. Atelier yarn. Love it. Gorgeous. Oh, it's soft. Oh, it's going to make such a nice shawl by Boone Knits. Beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. And then there's another one. Oh, and this is beautiful too. Oh, these are my favorite colors. Oh, Katie, you know me. This is amazing. So this is another one by Atelier. And this is 80% merino, 20% silk. Same base, 800 meters, 100 grams. And oh, look at this color. It's one of the scummy green. Like, oh, it's beautiful. I love these. Oh my gosh, these are beautiful. Thank you so much. This is definitely, these are definitely my colors. So yeah, Boo Knits, I bought an ebook and there are several shawls in there that take under 800 yards. These are going to be perfect for that. So hopefully over the summer I can start. I don't know which one to do first. I like them both. I don't know. It depends on my mood in the summer. Like I said, I'm really into the lace weight lately. Big time. Huge into it. So thank you so much, Katie. I really appreciate the gift. It's awesome of you to think of me. And they will be well loved and appreciated. Okay, so let's talk about shop update. So I am having a shop update this week, Wednesday, February 1st, 2017 at 8 p.m. And I have just one color from last week that I dyed again because it was very popular. It sold out that night, so I dyed more, and that is Love Shack. And it's beautiful. I love this color. It's just so happy. That's why I named it Love Shack, because Love Shack's such a happy song, so fun, and this is fun. And not necessarily just a Valentine's Day color, although it definitely fits the bill for Valentine's Day. But this is definitely springy, and I'll probably keep it in the shop for a while, until June probably, if it's popular. So I'll keep that stocked. And like I said, this is Love Shack. I have 5 skeins on my Chic base, which is a 2-ply sock weight. And I have 1 skein on my Posh fingering weight, and that is an MCN. Okay, so the only other thing I wanted to talk about was more shop update news, but this is not my shop. This is the shop of my friend Donna. So my friend Donna and I work together, and it's really fun. We have lunch together almost every work day, and we've been collaborating, and we had a beautiful Valentine's Day kit that I was really proud of. And so they sold out, and I was really, really happy with those kits, how they came out. So Donna is an incredible knitter, sewist. She does other crafts. So we started another collaboration, and this is the bag. We have 10, and 5 have already sold. So this is the bag. It's a beautiful metallic fabric. I don't know if it's showing up so much on the camera, but it's just this gorgeous metallic green. And there's a zipper pull, which I love on a bag. And polka dot interior, so cute. And it's just so well coordinated. And it also comes with a needle keeper to match. And this cute little shamrock stitch marker. So I'm dyeing yarn to match, and I'm figuring out how I want to dye the yarn still, so I haven't shipped anything out yet. But next weekend I should have it all figured out and be done, and they should probably go out a week from tomorrow. So I just am really pleased. I want this bag. It's so pretty. So anyway, Donna loves to sew, and she opened up an Etsy shop. The name of Donna's shop is Donna's Designs Shop. I'll put a link down below. And I just want to show you some bags that she has sewn in the past 2 weeks. And she put all of these in her shop. This is one. It's a large, like I would say sweater size. It's a really nice size bag. And it's so cute with the dress forms on it. Coordinating fabric. Here is, she had some fabric left over from the kit, the St. Patrick's Day kit. So she made a small wedge from that. Super pretty. This one has a plain green lining. She has these adorable sheep bags, which I think are super, super cute. This one's really cool. It's a knitting bag. It has knitting needles and yarn, and it has knitting words on it: slip, slip, knit, purl. And I love the colors of this bag. The red and gray. So pretty. This is like a medium-sized wedge, probably the size of our collab. And it's sheep with a pretty pink lining. This one is cool. It's a quilted bag. Plain white lining. This would be great for socks. Really springy and pretty. And they all have little zipper pulls. This one has a bee. So cute. And then there's this yellow gray bag, which I love. Yellow and gray. Beautiful. And it's got kind of a metallic coordinating fabric on the inside. And this one is one of my favorites. I love this one. And there's her logo. Donna's Designs right there. And I just think this one's so pretty. And this one also has that gray metallic in the inside. And I just wish I could sew like that. I'm just a beginning sewist. And oh, this is metallic also. These flowers are metallic. Very pretty. I'm still learning. I haven't sewn in a while because I just do not have a minute to sit down and sew. But I'm hoping to remedy that when I retire. I want to at least take one day out of the week and sew. So check out Donna's Etsy shop if you're interested. The bags I thought were so pretty that I really wanted to show them on my show to you guys. So yeah, the link will be down below in the show notes. Okay, so the only other thing I wanted to talk about was the giveaway. So I'm still leaving the thread open. Thank you for everybody who's been looking at it and entering the thread. And if you missed it, this is what I'm giving away. It is a beautiful spiral pin with charm from Michelle's Assortment on Etsy. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go to her website, her Etsy website, and she has so many things on that website. So go there and just tell me which item you like on her website, and I will have a drawing. I don't know. I may leave this open till Valentine's Day. I don't know. Maybe I'll have Rich help me pick the numbers. We'll see. We'll see how many more entries I get. And yeah, check this out. It's just beautiful. I love this pin. It has a bird on it. Everybody loves birds, right? I love birds. So yeah, so enter to win. I will have the drawing in a few weeks, and yeah, check out her shop. She has so many beautiful things. I love my bracelet that I got from her, that charm bracelet. It's awesome. So with that, I'm going to end the show. I have some cooking to do tonight. I am making some fish. We haven't had fish in a really long time. Usually on Sunday nights I make stew or chili or something like that. Getting a little tired of that. I want something a little lighter. So I'm making sole meuniere, which is really exciting. I made some kale salad. My local farm market had fresh kale from somewhere, probably from down south, and it looked fresh, and I haven't made that salad in a while because the kale hasn't been great this winter, but this looked pretty good. So I have that all made, so I'm pretty excited about dinner tonight. So with that, I will leave you. I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you next week with Rich or not. We'll see. But he will record with me at some point in February. You know when we'll record? We'll record a Valentine's Day show. Just came to me. That's a great idea. We'll do a Valentine's Day show the weekend before Valentine's Day because it's on a Tuesday. So that'll be fun. Anyway, I hope you guys, again, have a wonderful week. Happy knitting. Cheers.